A palace divided, a daughter of Spain's crown, a suitor rejected, and a decision that could alter the course of monarchy itself. You expected harmony, a royal romance sealed with tradition. But no, Leonor said no, and the ripple effect has shaken the House of Bourbon to its very core. Because what is a queen without consent? What is a future crown without choice? And yet, what happens when that choice collides with centuries of protocol? This is not a fairy tale. This is Spain. This is the future. And it is unfolding right before our eyes. So let's begin. Princess Leonor of Spain, heir to the throne, 17 years old when whispers began. 18, when speculation grew louder. 19, when the palace corridors filled with quiet, nervous tension. She is the future Queen of Spain, the first queen regnant since Isabella II. Every decision she makes is scrutinized, calculated, magnified. And yet, this one decision, saying no to a royal suitor, has cracked open a debate that reaches far beyond the walls of Zarzuela Palace. Who was this suitor? Why did she refuse him? And why has the Spanish palace been thrown into division because of it? To understand, we must rewind. The suitor in question was not just any young man. He came with pedigree, with lineage, with expectations stamped onto his shoulders from birth. His name had been whispered across court gatherings, royal banquets, and discreet family circles. A prince from a neighboring throne. A future alliance, some believed, that could have bound Spain to another royal house in a marriage of power, tradition, and image. But Leonor is not her great-grandmother. She is not her grandmother. She is not even her father. Leonor is a new kind of royal, educated abroad, raised with the fire of independence, and shaped by a Spain that no longer sees queens as silent symbols. She carries tradition, yes. But she also carries the modern heartbeat of a generation that values love, freedom, and choice. And so, when the proposal was presented, quietly, carefully, through advisors and trusted intermediaries, she did something rare. She declined. Not with cruelty, not with scandal, but with clarity. The palace was stunned. Inside those gilded walls, lines were drawn. King Felipe, her father, reportedly respected her decision, though with a heavy heart. Queen Letizia, a mother before a monarch, stood firmly by her daughter. No woman, she is believed to have said privately, should be forced to love by decree. But others disagreed. Senior figures of the royal household, bound to centuries of custom, argued that Leonor's choice jeopardized Spain's alliances. They saw it as reckless. They saw it as personal desire eclipsing national duty. And that is where the division lies. One side sees Leonor as a heroine, brave, independent, willing to protect her own heart against the cold machinery of monarchy. The other sees her as a young woman who does not yet grasp the weight of the crown she will wear. But let us pause. Let us breathe. Because here, the story deepens. Who was this suitor really? Reports suggest he was of Danish blood. Tied to Queen Margrethe's line. A match that would have fused Spain and Denmark in a powerful modern alliance. Some insiders go further, whispering that the proposal had support from both courts. Denmark, facing its own questions of succession, saw Leonor as a stabilizing partner for one of its princes. Spain, by contrast, saw political opportunity. But Leonor did not see politics. She saw her life, her future, her heart. And this is where curiosity grows. Who holds Leonor's heart? If not the suitor presented to her, then who? The Spanish press has speculated. Some point to friendships she built at UWC Atlantic in Wales, where she studied among commoners, artists, and intellectuals. Others suggest she has quietly grown close to someone outside of Europe's royal circles entirely. A man with no crown, no title, no palace, yet perhaps, love. And this possibility terrifies the establishment. Imagine it. A queen in the making, not with a foreign prince at her side, but with an ordinary partner. A partner who would not bring diplomatic leverage, but who could bring Leonor genuine happiness. For traditionalists, it is unthinkable. For modern Spaniards, it is inspiring. And so the palace is torn. Duty against love. Tradition against choice. A suitor against a refusal. But here's the deeper question. Does Leonor's no set her on a collision course with destiny? History has seen this before. Princess Margaret of Britain, torn between love and duty. Princess Martha Louise of Norway, criticized for her unconventional relationships. Even Spain's own Queen Letizia, who married a journalist, not a prince, and faced harsh scrutiny for years. Each woman, each choice, reshaped monarchy in her own way. And Leonor, she has just written the first chapter of her own defiance. The division inside the palace is more than whispers. Sources close to Zarzuela suggest meetings have grown tense. Senior advisors are split. Some demand another suitor be sought quickly, one of equal or greater stature. Others counsel patience, hoping Leonor herself will eventually choose someone appropriate in the eyes of both Spain and tradition. But the truth, Leonor has time. At 19, she is young. At 19, she has only just begun military training, preparing herself to one day command Spain's armed forces as queen. Marriage is not urgent, not essential, not immediate, and perhaps that is what terrifies the traditionalists most. That she is no longer bound by the ticking clock of dynastic urgency. Because Leonor has something they never did. Choice. But what of the Spanish people? Polls suggest a generational divide. Older Spaniards, shaped by decades of monarchy as an institution, lean toward tradition. Younger Spaniards, who see Leonor as their contemporary, champion her right to say no. And within this divide lies the future of the crown itself. What happens if Leonor continues to refuse? What happens if her future spouse is not a prince, but a commoner? Will Spain accept a king consort without bloodlines? Or will this spark another constitutional crisis, testing the very survival of monarchy in Spain? The echoes are loud, the questions, endless. But one truth remains unshaken. Leonor said no, and in that no lies power. In that no lies independence. In that no lies a queen who will not bow, not to tradition, not to pressure, not even to the weight of her own palace. The world now watches. The palace remains divided, and the story of Spain's future queen is only just beginning. Because every refusal creates a new possibility. Every rejection opens a new door. And every no, today, might just be the foundation of a stronger yes, tomorrow. Princess Leonor has spoken. The palace is divided. And history, once again, waits on her next move.